Hi everyone, Twitch65 here again. In this video, we're going to take a look at how I built my model railroad table. The layout is 42 by 90 inches and it's loosely based on the Carolina Central Railroad from Model Railroader magazine. I'll be using Cato Unitrack to build this. I chose to make the layout slightly larger than a hollow core door so that I could have slower turns and because the cost of doors have gone through the roof lately. Here's a quick parts list of the consumables I used. I'll put the list in the description below. This started with cutting down the wood to size. Corner clamps really help keep the alignment while the glue sets up. And we're glued and screwed together. I also made sure to drill pilot holes for the screws. And even then, I did get some splitting. But as long as you keep that to a minimum, you'll be fine. Next up is the 1x2s. I cut them to fit the long inside length of the table. They were pre-drilled and the screws were started, and then we added wood glue to the opposite side. This prep work minimized my time getting the boards attached. I cut some angle parts to avoid the legs and give some clearance to where my plans call for a small mill pond, just in case I decide to go really deep with that pond and need to avoid the wooden structure underneath. The final bit of woodworking was cutting the 2x4s into legs. I chose to cut my 2x4s to 45 inches. That gets the tabletop high enough for viewing, but not so high that I can't reach the center of the table. You should put some thought into the final table height before cutting the legs and see what works for you. The next step in the process is cutting the foam to shape. And cutting foam is a job for a sharp knife and a way to keep the lines straight. What I like to use are the disposable snap-off blade box cutters, and you can pick those up at any of your local big box hardware stores like Lowe's or Home Depot. The other piece of equipment that's nice to have is a long straight edge. This will help keep your knife cut straight, so when you snap it, you don't get a broken edge. Then with a little pressure and a lot of care, I was able to snap the foam cleanly. I chose to cut the long sides first, then the short sides. No real good reasons, it's just the order I chose. Then I added wood glue to each slat, adding it liberally so that I would have a good bond between the foam and the wooden table. I chose to place the 2-inch foam down first. After this had fully cured, I added the 1-inch foam with more wood glue in between the two foam layers. Using 6 leftover paint cans as weights and leaving everything to dry overnight and cure. The very last little bit I did was use a couple of the 1x2s and a couple of the 1x3s to add some bracing to the legs and sturdy up the table. The last thing I did was to put my track down on the basic arrangement so I could see how it would look and if everything would fit. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.